Hello, good morning everybody. I've got my Peters and Lee glasses on this morning, the prescription sunnies, because I've got a bad eye, so I look like Peters and Lee. We're not going on the normal walk this morning because our neighbour's just gone out with their puppy on the same route that we go. And so Napo would want to play with Pinky and our social distancing would not be respected. So we rather than wait, because I've got lots of jobs to do today, I thought we'd come down the garden. So here we are, and just waiting for a few people to join us. Hope you're all doing okay. It's a nice day here today, and excuse the sunshine. We might have to walk round into a shady bit. Yeah, so this morning I just want to talk about how we're all feeling and what's going on in our world. So please feel free to join in, leave some messages. So that's a bit better, you can see me now. We've got our usual little man with us this morning. Here he is. Come on, turn round. Turn around. There he is. Napo, say hello to everybody. Give him a roll. Give him a roll. Make the pose. So, who's watching this morning? Hello, hello, good morning. So, here we are in the garden, in the park, down here in the Loire Valley. We are very, very privileged. I know that, very privileged. I am terrified, if I'm honest. I am absolutely terrified at the moment for my dad, who's in a nursing home up there in Scarborough. I'd like to say a huge thank you to John Senior, Tony Viney, and all the guys who are making masks and the visors for key workers, NHS workers, carers. They delivered a load of visors up to Denolly Nursing Home yesterday, where my dad is, and so that made me feel a little bit more reassured. But you know, there is a fire sweeping through these homes, and part of me feels really guilty that I can't actually take over his care. That we have to stay here, we can't leave, there's no transport, I couldn't even go if I wanted to go. I know we've left him in very, very, very good hands, and this is totally not a criticism of anybody. It's just to say that we are all living with this kind of panic that it's a ticking time bomb. At the moment they have no cases, they have no suspected cases. And so I suppose that's what we can take comfort from, but it's really, really upsetting that we might have put him into a situation that he won't get out. Okay, so I'm not going to get upset now, but I'm sure loads of you who are going to watch this, all my wonderful people all over the world, New Zealand, Brazil, Australia, to you know, all the people out there who see this video, we are all in a situation when we have vulnerable people who are, you know, reliant on others to take care of them and to look after them, and to actually, you know, we're putting our precious parents who are in these care homes, and our grandparents and our aunts and uncles and whatever, we're putting our precious loved ones in the hands of other people. That responsibility is absolutely huge. It is huge for them. Sorry, it's really huge. I have some great friends who work in the NHS. Big shout out to Jules Tiley, who's working up at Scarborough Hospital. My friend Tamara's daughter Amy. We haven't met, and lots of us have not met, but we've all kind of connected because we've got this common interest in supporting the country, and we've made new friends because of this. We've joined new groups, and we're trying to keep everybody in good spirits because it's pretty tough. But when you put your parent in the care of someone else, it becomes a really difficult situation because you can't understand how hard these people work. Jan, who's been looking after my dad for the last, oh gosh, I can't even tell you, probably 6 years, I don't know really, years. Jan is like our family. Jan is like the other daughter. Jan sees him more than we do, and he is missing that contact terribly. The nurses have said, you know, he's quite down and he's quite depressed, because the problem is he can understand. He's not lost his marbles, he's all there. His memory is very poor, but he can understand. So he sees the news. He's got a television in his room, and when you see the reporting all day long, it's like they're just finding things to say all the time. And you know, the headlines are so startling. Imagine if you're in that position. Come here, Napo, come here. Napo, come here. Bloody dog. Imagine if you're in that position and you're trapped basically inside a room and a fire is breaking out around you. And it's like he sees the headline which says, you know, certain homes have had 11 people die, and it's sweeping like a fire and all this. And my dad is sitting there in bed, can't move, can't get out because there's not enough carers to actually get him out. There are no physiotherapists to keep him going and, you know, to get him into a state where he can go home eventually, because his legs have just completely wasting. And he's watching all this, and it must be absolutely terrifying. So, you know, we need to spare a thought for these amazing people who are doing a great job. You know, Tony and John and all his gang, who are selflessly working, you know, any way they can to help other people. And, you know, these people are on the front line. They are the forgotten front line. Care home staff are crossing everything they've got. They're doing everything they can. They're doing everything they can to make the patients feel, you know, less stressed and less upset. And to see my dad, who's 89, to hear him on the phone coughing because he's trying to stop crying is absolutely heartbreaking. So I would like to thank so much all those guys, Janine and David, and everybody up at Denali. And when this is all over, you are going to get such an amazing cake, because that's all I can do. No, seriously, sorry for that. I didn't mean to be emotional. I was trying to be positive this morning. But I do think that there's been such a total two-step change in the way we think about people and how we value the people in our communities, the hidden, unseen people who are, they're seen, we see them, people see them every day, but we don't acknowledge them. We don't acknowledge them because they're kind of invisible. The people who drive trains and buses, the people who work in shops. We just buy stuff and go, thanks, bye. Yeah, how much? £2.50. Okay. Do you want a bag? Yeah. Okay, thanks. Have a nice day. Bye. Those people are kind of deleted from our subconscious. They're not there. And I think when this is over, we're all going to appreciate each other, first of all. And those people who put their lives on the line every day to make sure we get stuff we need. I was watching some documentaries yesterday, a documentary about the virus, because I wanted to be better informed, and I watched something on the internet, and quite frankly no one knows actually what to believe. Propaganda, went on all through First and Second World War. We know that. Propaganda goes on 24/7 everywhere in the world. We don't actually know what we're reading is true. We post stuff that we believe is true, and we believe it's true because we want to believe it's true, because it sounds convincing. But we don't actually know. None of us actually know what the truth is. And so yeah, there are so many unsung heroes out there. So I can't thank you all enough. I can't thank all those people who are putting their lives on the line every single day. And Rachel, I can see you're watching. Rachel, thank you so much. Tony and John, you delivered masks up to Dunolly Nursing Home yesterday. Thank you so much. I can't give you a little prayer sign because I've got one hand on the phone, but I absolutely... Tony, you are a man of the people. You guys, you don't need to do that. They don't need to do that. They could just sit around and do the lockdown like everyone else. And that's the other point I'm coming to. I can't do anything. I can talk to you now, and you know, we can have these little chats, and I've had some messages, amazing messages from all over the world. I just started doing this because I was bored and I was lonely and I was missing my friends and family. But actually it's turned into something a bit crazy. So to Jacqueline and to Bowie and to Texas, Carolina, New Zealand, Ray, everybody who's watching, I just want to send out all my best wishes to you and thanks for your friendship. And people have said, you know, oh, these walks, they really help me because, you know, they take my mind off what's going on and, you know, they show me different things to think about. So, yeah, I cannot understand how media can hijack our brains, because we're all brainwashed. We're all brainwashed into watching, believing and seeing what we, even if it's subliminal, even if we say, oh no, that can't be true. I have discovered actually as well that I'm not naming names or anything, but there's one particular person who has really surprised me, and this person is a very, I would have given them very intelligent, very smart, articulate kind of person, and instead of using and articulating for the good, I have seen the most vitriolic, horrible stuff posting on Facebook, which is an amazing tool, but it also can be pervasive. It's an amazing tool for keeping in touch with friends and family, like, for example, now, and for fun stuff, but there are some serious sides to it. And this person has shown their true colours, and in times of, you know, dire emergency. Now, this does not seem like a dire emergency, does it? Come on, guys, this is not a dire emergency. I am not in a dire emergency. I'm in a parallel universe where nothing's touching me, really. And I hear people, this person replying with this vitriolic bullshit, quite frankly. Opinionated, very aggressively opinionated, and very unkind. Unkind's not a right word. I can't think of the right word now, but I just cannot believe people can show their true colours so badly. And so I just want to be positive as well this morning, because there are loads of things to be positive about. Those of us who are fit and well, stay that way. For God's sake, stay that way. All my lovely friends who are watching. Morning, Josephine. Sonia, you were watching a minute ago. Sorry, I couldn't see for the sun. Rachel, Viney, wonderful. Bisou. How's little Isabel? Hope she's doing well. Yeah, Teresa, down there in Sussex. Woo! Okay, so celebrity. Isn't it amazing? Guy from Newcastle, football player, who earns 850 quid a week. Okay, now that's a lot of money for me at the moment, but he earns 850 quid a week. and he has donated 1/3 of his wages to, helping and donating this to the NHS. I think that is absolutely fantastic. Can you imagine the guys from PSG and Barcelona and all these other big clubs who were actually furloughing when they're earning huge amounts of money, millions, and they're moaning because they're not getting their wages? Well, you should think yourselves bloody lucky you haven't got this disease, this virus, and you should think yourselves lucky that if you ever do get it and you go into hospital, those nurses are going to give you exactly the same care that they would give somebody who's just walked in off the street with not a penny in their pocket. And that's the difference. There is no discrimination. These nurses come from all over the world to work in our health system. Never, ever, ever moan about the welfare state again. And you know what? Never complain to the politicians or whatever. They don't know. They didn't know this wasn't going to happen. They didn't know that we were going to have a global pandemic. Whatever anybody tells you, whatever reports they get that we don't or whatever, nobody knew. No country knew. I was really proud of the French president the other night. Emmanuel Macron gave his speech on Monday night and he apologised. He actually apologised and he said, we didn't have enough tests. We didn't have enough masks. We didn't have enough ITU beds. Blah. And he held his hands up. But I was always taught when I was first training and went into management, don't bring me a problem, bring me a solution. And that's exactly what I see from people like Tony and John. Don't give me a problem, just give me the solution. They're giving the solution. They're going out there. They don't care. I mean, there must be rules and regulations, but this is a time where we just chuck those out the window and we say, okay, what can we do? What can we do? How can we mobilise to help other people? People are making masks, people are making scrubs, and they're going, oh, well, they're not regulation. Oh, who gives a shit? Sorry, but who really gives a shit? Give them something to wear to protect them. Not a plastic thing that you could make sandwiches in a fast food cafe. Give them proper equipment. And, nobody expected this to happen. So it's how you deal with it. So let's all of us try and find the good in today. Let's find solutions to the problem. How do we get food to our neighbours? How do we help people out? There's a guy in Scarborough who was photographed tapping into the Wi-Fi at some pub in Falsgrave. An old man who was obviously trying to contact his family, who didn't have, I don't know, maybe he didn't have any Wi-Fi or he didn't have internet, and the only way he could do that was to communicate via, tapping in. And somebody complained about that. Somebody reported him to the bloody police. Well, I was absolutely horrified. So I reposted this on the COVID-19 page, and I couldn't believe it. Within about 25 minutes, I had 500 and 600 replies. And the people helped. There was 3 people who'd posted it originally. I don't know the 3 people. Vicky Copping-Wright, I think her name is. She had organised with 2 guys to try and track down this man. They bought him an internet package. They bought him 40 gig of some things, I don't know what it is, of data. And they've helped him to get online to contact his family. Now, that is just so fantastic. Who's the idiot who phones the bloody police? I don't get it. I just don't get it. The world has totally changed. Our heroes for today are those people that put themselves in danger for others. And that isn't Madonna singing in her bath, or, all these people who are on, making footballers and, all these people who used to be on Big Brother. Who cares? Who gives a shit? My heroes right now, right here, are the people who are putting their lives on the line to save my family. And, it's very, very frightening when you're in, I imagine, an apartment in the middle of a city with, 12 square meters and a little studio. In Paris, people are, self-isolating there with no exterior space, no gardens, no nothing. And, their mental health is suffering dramatically because they may be alone, they may have no contact with anybody. And that's just really awful. But it will change and it will get better and everything's going to bounce back. And I'm visualising all those positive things. And I'm looking around me here at this beautiful countryside where we're very safe. We know we're lucky. And I'm just imagining and visualising my first guest driving down the driveway and the pool being full and kids splashing around and me making food and cocktails and people sitting around and having fun and popping corks. And I'm imagining all the things that we do normally we would be doing at this time of year, getting in the little deux chevaux and driving to the market to show people around our beautiful town, and going to the chateaux and visiting Amboise and going in the hot air balloon and flying over the chateaux. I'm visualising all that positive stuff because while we started this morning on a bit of a negative note, not a negative note but a more emotional note, I want to finish on the positive and say that it's going to be great, and we just have to kind of visualise and put ourselves in that position. Put ourselves in that state of mind that we'll all meet again, we'll all get back together, we'll all see each other again, we'll all have those freedoms again. But for now, we so have to protect people, and we have to be, it's horrible, it's hard, it's difficult, but we've got to be really selfish to protect our own families, our own kids, our own parents. And, I'm not really religious. When I say I'm not religious, it doesn't mean say I'm just not a person who goes to church every Sunday. I was brought up in the Church of England. I'm sure this will resonate with a lot of people who were perhaps brought up as Catholics or Muslims or whatever religion you are. But over the years, I think I know I've become a lot more spiritual, and I believe in something, but I'm not exactly sure what that is. I believe in angels. I believe we've all got guardian angels. And, for those of you who are about to switch off because you think I'm bonkers, I do believe that we are helped along through our lives by our guardian angels. But, these times try you. They try your faith in whatever you believe in, whoever is up there for you. They really, really put pressure on our belief system. Napo, did I say you could go for a walk on your own? No. Come here. Oh, God, he's worse than a child. But we love him. So I think it's very tough. I couldn't sit in a church in front of an altar at the moment if I was a religious person and pray. For what? Because I'm not seeing, if there was a God, why did he send this horrible, pervasive thing? It's not about religion. It's just about our faith. We've all got our faith in something or someone. And right now, I've got faith in all those men and women who are showing up every day. If I was them, I don't know whether I would have the emotional strength to do it. It takes a very, very special kind of person to do what those people are doing. So clapping for carers. I'm clapping for carers. I clap for them every night. Every time I see anything on TV, every time I see anybody in a situation that I wouldn't want to be in myself, I just clap. I find myself clapping at the drop of a hat. So, celebrity, you can stuff your Love Island, and you can stuff your Big Brother, and you can stuff all your big top earning footballers who are moaning because they're getting half their pay. They've got to get their priorities right, because those are the mentors and the heroes for our kids and our grandchildren. And I'm quite shocked because my little nephew Charlie absolutely is football crazy, football mad. He absolutely lives and breathes football. He knows everything, how much they weigh, what their shoe size is, how many goals they score. He knows everything. He is going to grow up in a very different world, you know, to the one we thought he was going to grow up in. And he idolises these footballers. And until I see any of them stepping up and giving their wages to the NHS, or making donations to food banks, or whatever way they can help, unless I can see that, they are not my heroes anymore. And I don't want my nephew, and I'm sure you don't want your grandchildren, growing up thinking that those people are heroes. Because the people that are heroes for me are the ones that are putting their lives on the line every single freaking day. Every minute of every day. They're putting their own kids' lives in danger to take care of people. So I'm sorry, but I've just deleted all of those celebrities, because for me they're no longer celebrities. I'm not looking up to any of them. I wouldn't even pass them on the street and ask for an autograph. Who cares? I want people who are going to protect my family, and I'm sure you guys all want the same. So for all of you who have got family working in the NHS, volunteering, whatever you're doing, I feel here totally useless. So this is all I can give, is just to chat to you if you're bored. I used to be, in my previous life, a bit of a fixer. I would raise money for charity, I would organise functions, I would, you know, I'd do all these things I could, and I was a very sort of charitable person. And here, oh no, we're just going to give you a show to those few people that are watching. As I'm walking around my little piece of paradise, here, I can't do a damn thing. I can't do a thing. All I can do is stay home. And I'm doing that, but I don't feel like I'm giving. I don't feel like I'm participating in the world. I feel a little bit isolated, like millions and millions of people are feeling. I am in paradise because it is pretty beautiful, but I do feel as if somebody has just said, okay, right, I pick you. Sorry, we don't want you. You're not. Just like games at school, you know, when you were kids and you always got picked last for the team. I always got picked last for the team. I was shit at games. I was absolutely rubbish. By the way, I absolutely love my games teacher. Alan, if you're still watching, say hello to Liz for me. No, I absolutely loved my teachers and I aspired to be good at games, but I was rubbish. I was absolutely hopeless. And it feels like that now, you know. Oh yeah, well, okay, well if we have to have you on our team. And I'm not participating in the world, and I'm not doing anything, and I'm not being productive. I'm making bloody puff pastry today because I'm bored. And I just thought, oh, I'll make some puff. I haven't made that for years. I mean, God, how awful is that when I can't actually do anything? So I'm sure there's loads of you out there feeling a little bit the same. But whoever you are, whatever you do and wherever you are, unless you're a footballer, right now I think we've just all got to realise that this is far more than a bit of a cough. It's far more than a bit of a virus. It's something that's so invisible and so pervasive that we can't control it. And the best way for us to help everybody out there who's working hard is to just do nothing. Stay home and do nothing. So thank you so much to all of my wonderful viewers who've left some amazing comments. Please do leave comments and let's find something else to talk about tomorrow on the walk. So if you want to talk about anything you like, any subject you like, let's do it. Let's do it. So yeah, today, it's another day like yesterday really. And You're doing enough, love. Keep going. Oh, that's so kind, Teresa. I'm actually not doing much at all. In fact, I'm eating my own body weight in stuff because I keep baking and then I eat it and then I give it half of it to my neighbours. I do share it around, but yeah, it's just sometimes you just say, I want to be on my own. I want to be on my own, don't you? You come home from work, you've had a real bugger of a day, you're tired, your feet hurt, you just want to be on your own. I don't want to be on my own. I might have said it a few times, I might have said it a lot of times, just leave me alone. We say it all the time, don't we? Oh God, just leave me alone. Jesus, what do you want now? But now I would give anything to be able to be with my nieces and nephews, my sisters, to be visiting my dad every day with Marmite sandwiches and a bit of a laugh and watch Dad's Army with him. I'd give anything for that. I'd give everything I own for that. But we can't have it. And there's no point dreaming of something you can't have just yet. But what is good is that visualization. So one day, guys, when all this is over, the pool will be up, the drinks will be cold, there will be unending supplies of food and hospitality down here in the Loire Valley, safe at the moment, please God, it stays that way, from everything. And those times will come again and we will all meet again, and that is... The Queen is an amazing woman. God, she's just an amazing woman. She's so right. We will meet again. We take everybody for granted. And I think now there's been a real step change in how we appreciate our friends and our loved ones. Not just our families, but our friends. The ones that we can't see all the time. And, they're going through it as well. Lots of people want to be positive and don't want to tell you how they feel. But actually, they feel pretty shit. So there we go. We will be back to normal. And I'll be moaning. By the end of the summer, I'll be going, God, I'm so tired. I've just been, they want more food and they want more drink. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I've got to get up for breakfast at 7. I'm so tired. I want to go to bed. I won't ever moan again, guys. I'm never moaning again. I will be so happy for people to be here and so happy to lavish hospitality amongst them. So, yeah, the cooking and the eating thing. I'll be very, very, very happy when I see you, the lady that's just popped up at the bottom of my screen, Sarah Lately. Welcome to the show. I will be very, very, very happy to see you because that will be my signal. Yeah, it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. So you got to watch this video back, Sarah, because we've been walking around the garden that you really love. And David, yes, David, the fence is still waiting for you to help finish. There's about 6 foot still to do. We're leaving it for you. So yeah, it's funny times, and we should just really, really appreciate. So let's have a massive virtual clap wherever you are for the people that I don't even know, but who we owe our lives to. And that is all those wonderful boys and girls on the front line, the second line, the third line. There's no third line for me. You're all front liners. The people on my Facebook page. Tamra's watching. Your lovely daughter Amy. Never met, but I just feel rather more connected now to people. To Jules, to Gabrielle Lawson, working up there at Lilac Ward at Scarborough Hospital. Bravo. Please, Janine and David up at Denolly, keep safe, keep all our parents and grandparents safe up there. And to all of you, wherever you are, yeah, don't doubt yourself. Thanks, Jane. We'll do our best, and one day it'll be our turn to give back. So never ever moan about the National Health Service again, because you don't know how lucky you are over there in the UK. It's an amazing institution. And now it's time to get my ground rice tarts on, finish my puff pastry, maybe do a bit of weeding. God, it sounds absolutely such a waste of time, all that, doesn't it? Sounds a waste of time. Anyway, wherever you go today, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, well done everybody, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye.